welcome in my physio channel. So today we are going to discuss about the SACD, that is subacute combined degenerations of the spinal cord. It is also known as the Lichten's disease. So SACD is due to results of vitamin B12 deficiency. The epidemiology is male and female both are equally affected. Sometimes it is associated with the pernicious anemia. The age in which the people are mostly affected, that is 40 to 60 years, and onset is usually gradual, but sometimes it increases suddenly. The pathology is the demyelination and the degenerations of the fibers in posterior and the lateral column of the spinal cord. It is different from the taps dorsalis because generally in the taps dorsalis only the dorsal column is affected, but in SSCD the posterior as well as the lateral column of spinal cord both are get affected. The degeneration of the large myelinated fibers occur in the SSCD. So this is the normal spinal cord. So here in the SSCD, the posterior or the dorsal column and the lateral column of the spinal cord which get affected. So this and this is affected in SSCD. So the etiology, so vitamin B12 deficiency, inadequate diet, increased need in pregnancy. So during the pregnancy, the need of the vitamins and the other supplements which are increased. So due to the deficiency of that supplements leads to SACD. The Crohn's disease and vitamin E and copper deficiency sometimes also lead to SACD. The defective absorptions of vitamin B12, that is in malabsorptions like pancreatitis or in the celiac disease, which may lead to subacute combined degenerations. And the defective absorption is sometimes occur due to the decreased intrinsic factors. So these are the causes of the SSCD. The symptoms of SSCD, which include the ataxia and weakness in the mostly lower limb, then spasticity of the muscles, superficial sensations which are lost, then vibrations and position sense are affected due to the degenerations of the posterior and the lateral column. Then tenderness in muscles, especially into the calf muscles, knee and ankle jerk are lost. The dementia due to the degenerations occur into the brain also, and the psychosis symptoms, confusions and depressions in the patient, decreased visions due to the optic atrophy and degeneration take place into the optic nerve also, the loss of balance and altered coordinations, and sphincter disturbance is present. So patient has difficulty in the maturation. So these all are the symptoms of the SSCD. Now the examinations. So for the examinations, the ataxic gait you can see into a patient in the patients. So ataxic gait means the patients walk with the wide base of support, and patient cannot walk into the straight line, and difficulty in the turning around the circle. Then patient step length is varies with the each step, and patient need visual feedback during the walking. So this is called as the ataxic gait which present into a SSCD patient. Then second is Romberg sign is positive, Babinski sign is also positive, loss of vibration and position sense due to the dorsal column affection, then spasticity which is present into muscle, weakness in proximal lower limb, and the sensory loss is present. Generally superficial sensation are affected. So these are the examination point which you can examine into SSGD patient. Then the investigation. So for investigations you can go for the peripheral blood film. In that megaloblastic anemia is present. Megaloblastic anemia means the RBC size is increased. Okay, so that is known as megaloblastic anemia. Then you can go for the serum B12 folate which is low. The normal value is the more than or equal to 200 nanogram per liter, that is normal. But if it is less than 130 or 140, so which is abnormal. Okay, then MRI. you can go for MRI of the cervical and thoracic spinal cord mostly, because in SSCD these spinal cord are affected common. Then NCV, nerve conduction velocity. So in early stage, if you go for the NCV, so the nerve conduction velocity is low, and the latency is distal latency is prolonged but equal to normal in early stage. But in later stage, there will be presence of axonal neuropathy. That means the latency is also prolonged and the nerve conduction velocity is reduced. Then you can go for the complete blood count. In that you have to check for the hemoglobin level, so which is low into SSCD patient. So these are the investigations in SSCD. Now the prognosis. So if patient remain untreated after the long time, okay, after a long time, so patient become a bedridden, okay, and after that the recovery is impossible. If treated with early diagnosis, if patient has initially started the symptoms and patient go for the diagnosis, and after that patient can start the treatment immediately, so complete recovery is possible. Now the treatment, or we can say management. So SSCD has the three management: the medical management, dietary management, and the physiotherapy management. So firstly we discuss about the medical management. In medical management, if the serum B12 level is less than the 130 nanogram per liter, so you go for the vitamin B12 injection, which is given intramuscularly 100 milligram for 3 to 7 days, and then you can go for the weekly for 4 weeks. So this is the treatment of if the serum B12 level is low. Then you can go for the high dose of vitamin B12 supplements is necessary to prevent the symptoms for the returning. Then patient also take a sublingual tablets of the vitamin B12. So this is the medical management of SSCD. Then second management is dietary management. So the most common way to treat the vitamin B12 deficiency is through increased dietary intake, which full of vitamin B12. So these are the some food which is rich with the vitamin B12 supplements. Then third is the PT management, physiotherapy management. In that we include the management of spasticity, maintain range of the motion, sensory re-education, the strengthening of weak muscle, coordination, improve balance, stretching of the calf muscle, gait training for ataxic gait, and the PFM, that is pelvic floor muscle strengthening exercise, and the IFT for incontinence. So we discuss one by one. So first is management of spasticity. So for the management of the spasticity, you can give a ice pack, then you can give a stretching to the muscles, then you apply the splinting, air splinting for the positions of the limb is correctly, so which reduce this spasticity. Then you can go for the PNF stretching. So this is the management of spasticity. Then second is the management of range of motion. So to maintain the range of motion, you can apply a passive exercise. Then sensory re-educations of the patient, especially in upper limb and lower limb. So you can go for the fine motor activity like weight bearing in the lower limb, then teach patients the fine motor activities, etc. So which improve the patient sensory educations. Okay, then the strengthening of the weak muscles. So you can give the resistance exercise if the grade is 3, but if grade is very low, 2 or 3, so you can go for the facilitatory technique like the electrical stimulations, the PNF, and the stretching reflex, etc. Then the coordination exercise. So for the coordination exercise, you can apply a Frankel exercise, etc. Then the improve balance. So for improve balance, you can give a static balance exercise and the dynamic balance exercise. Then you can change the surface like soft, then you can teach balance onto the hard surface, then static to dynamic for the balance challenging. So in this way you can improve the balance into an individual affected with SSCD. Then stretching of the calf muscles and gait training for the ataxic gait. spatially. So for gait training, you can apply a weight bearing different activities, then the step up and step down in a small stool. Then you can give a proprioceptic training like a turning in a circle, etc. If the weakness in the dorsiflexion is present, so you can give splint and stretching. Then parallel bar walking and walking in front of mirror, so which improve the patient gait. Then last is PFM strengthening exercise, that is pelvic floor muscle strengthening exercise, and you can go for the IFT modality for the urinary incontinence. So these are the general management of the SSCD, which we include in the PT managements. So thanks for watching, and the reference book which is the Adams and Victor. Thank you.